I want to make sure everybody realizes that I ain't no dang on, or realize that I know as well, that I'm not a teacher of spirituality stuff. I don't know enough in that book. I have just been testifying and at the same time showing the life of the female PTSD like I always used to do on my Facebook until I had been called to testify. So I put my experience on there. Now, if my experience taught someone something incorrect or someone something good, it was an accident, and that's how that. I don't just putting me on there. Any things that I've said would be from trying to figure out who I am. I don't think yet that I have said exactly who I am, because I don't know exactly who I am. If I said it, it was on accident. I've been thinking it out and pondering it and putting some video of my ponder on there. And it's pretty risky because it leaves one to look crazy, right? And I know that too. The louder I feel as if I've been surviving a long time, dodging death. And this is my first time surviving it out loud or in public or asking for help and receiving help. The collective. Now, the collective has been teaching me as I go. So has too my therapy sessions at the Veterans Administration. Schizoaffective disorder has a chance of making someone think something that wasn't or believe something that isn't. Yet, I have shared my life on, well, it's not all of it by far, but some of the things that deals with the testimony lately in the last year or so. So my testimony ended up being more than I ever imagined. I mean, for real. Once I started testifying only to things that have happened to me, actually. Now, I'm not no perfect person at all. This is how you know I haven't put all my business on this social media. Because I haven't mentioned anything I've done, nor am I ever perfect. But that's not my point. You've already seen enough bad behavior of mine without having put anything up there, okay? How about that? But another thing as far as how I speak and behave, it's not really according to what I've been putting on the videos either. You've seen my symptoms and some thoughts I've been having, and actual in lifetime triggers, and being in a trigger in life, in real time. And I put them up anyway. I don't know how to trim really, but I've never tried, so that's why. The people that say that I'm bad or mean or stuff like that, those are the people that was taking advantage of me, and I started setting boundaries. And I was told in my therapy that people would stop liking me once I started setting boundaries, and they would call me those things. And sure enough, but who knew they would get on the Facebook? Now I know the extent of my mother, because see, without Facebook, I would not have known the extent of her wickedness and how much her razor sharp her tongue is about me. And it's not true at that. And again, she hasn't put anything up about herself. Let's just make sure that's clear. But the types of things that I've been saying against my family, I don't think they're the same things that they've been saying against me. I've only been saying the things that God asked for me to talk about, and that would be what I asked him to deliver me from, and that would be incest. I can't help it if mine is true and theirs isn't. And I can't help it that it took me way further back in my memory than I expected. But I know God expected it. And so then I'm like, dang, okay, you've had such a long secret that it became something. See, a secret can be something that you might end up forgetting who you are. And when I became ostracized and started blocking people because they weren't talking to me at all, I did block them. But I was trying to figure out, why should I not? I couldn't figure out why they never blocked me, all them audiobooks I sent them. So I figured that them not blocking me was a trick. Why complain of the millions of messages I leave and not block at the same time? Because I left enough to have a complaint. Okay? But most of them were because I couldn't help it. It was the symptoms of my treatment and the fact that I have PTSD and stuff like that. And I promise you, every single time that I left a message, like my voice text messages, that I had picked the phone up intending to leave one. It never ended up like that. Never. It ended up being 20, 30, 40, 50, I don't know how many. But I needed to get that stuff off my chest, because 55 years of fake love is a lot of things to ponder. Once you ponder, you start thinking and you're looking back, and you have things that you need to address with these people, right? And in that, my testimony became further back to where I now know who named me Yaya. I was lied to who named me that. So I recall, but I still don't know who I am. I don't know if my trigger that I put up, my videos I put up, if they're true or not, but I put them up anyway because I don't know if my triggers are actually have any sense in them. And I'm hoping someone hears them. And I'm hoping no one renders me crazy at the risk of being rendered crazy. So no, I'm not trying to get any fame, because that feels like that'll be a whole much of stress in itself. Or either just being that happy is stressful for my system. So here we go. I'm ready, and I guess I'll get used to it. Because I feel as if I have some manifestations coming. Because I know that all of my triggered behavior, there's no way that everything that because I have to go back and watch the videos myself. I do. And a lot of times, I know what I'm going to say next, but I don't know. And that's only because I know me, not because I know I said it. So I watch my videos after I tape them. Even if I tape a video and it's not live, I have to go back and watch it. But I normally push play. I push send a lot of times before where I'm back to watch it, because I want them to be truthful. And they take time. And I've already wasted time leaving them. I don't really think that I'm an influencer. I'm someone trying to find help and to find myself. Who knows me? Who out there knows me? So I put up the clues that I have. Whether they're all true or not, I can't say, but I can only say that I feel in my heart that they're true. My mind says they're true, but they like to accuse me of schizoaffective disorder behavior. But I tried my best, the best of my ability, to cross-reference all of these thoughts. I don't know if I cross-reference them with the correct references, because it might just be another thought. But I did the best of my ability, which means I have not much paperwork, do I? On my latest videos. I just have, I think, angels or God telling me something, or dead people, elders, what you call them, ancestors. I think even though my cousin is younger than me, he's dead and he's an ancestor. I can't get it. I'm the oldest, Julie. I noticed in my video, I keep calling people uncle, brother, father, son, brother. I promise you, those are the parts that I have no idea. As far as Michelle Johnson, no, baby. I meant that. And I meant that I think that I'm the one with the fever. I know I went to the hospital with a fever and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Till they said breakdown, and they put me on all them doggone machines. And every time Michelle come in the room, they go off, and then she couldn't come in the room no more. So yes, I know the breakdown. So I do know I'm a baby that's described in that song, in the very first words. Am I that baby? I don't have any proof. I would like to say yes. I know I'm related to them for a fact. How? I have now no idea. And actually, I can't say I have no idea. But the only reason I say that is because the doctors don't like my ideas. They say I got schizoaffective. And they look at me really weird. And I'm like, I know y'all don't believe my last that I saw that Michael Jackson came to me. Well, this was like 10 years ago, though. And he was already dead, and I talked to him. Yeah, I told you. I'm still home, okay? I came back home after saying that, and I ain't never stayed no extra nothing for saying it. I told them if I say something to them before they chalk it up to my doggone schizoaffective disorder, y'all need to go look it up. Don't ever do me like that, because I say some stuff that people will think you're crazy, and you ain't. PTSD doesn't render crazy. Schizoaffective disorder, I think I'm begging to differ. It might render misunderstanding. I think I understand real well. Now, the thing is, as I explained my wedding, and I should say my marriage, to the doctor that put schizoaffective on my paperwork, and I think they think some of it's not true. It's just so far-fetched. So whether I have it or not, well, I'll tell you why I think I probably do have it. Because there was one time I have this Mexican friend of mine, and I had just finished going through domestic violence with the man and the two dogs. And the Mexican came over. He would come over a lot because I was living with Uncle Harry. But he took his hat off for the first time ever, and his suntan was fucking white. It was so dark that he looked white under the hat. And I thought that was the man with the two dogs. And I swore up and down. The Mexican was real nice to me while I did that. I went through something. I thought that because see, you got to remember this part, or you don't remember because you don't know this part. The other part is that the ex-boyfriend with the two dogs that I fought, the white man, not only was he a dog trainer, cadaver dog and drug dog trainer, and not only was he that, he was also the photographer for the FBI. But not only was he that, he was an undercover agent too. And I've seen so many different pictures of him that now that doggone Mexican took his hat off with that white skin on this part, baby, the fear threw me in. I went in, and that was the white man. You couldn't tell me that wasn't him. I promise. I said, I know you're the Mexican, but you're that white man. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, so I did do that. And that was before I was even diagnosed with PTSD. That was before I even went to LA to find help for the female veteran. Probably like a few months prior. So I haven't done that again. I'd have to think of something else I've done like that. But yeah, I did think the Mexican was the white man. I promise you, I remember. And I do know that before it was over, I knew he wasn't. But if I hadn't decided that he wasn't, this memory will still be thinking that was that white man. I know that for a fact too. But no, I established that he wasn't, because I knew he wasn't the whole time that I was thinking he was. It's a weird, honey. But you know, Mexican, he was so sweet. He didn't leave. He just let me talk like that for a little while, and he didn't say nothing, and he didn't get mad at me. And when I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I know you're not the white man," he says, "I know too." He said something to that effect. And then I gave him a hug, and he gave me a hug, and then we just watched TV. He was a friend of mine. So the schizoaffective disorder was kicking in on that one. But I'll tell you something. I ain't really had that since then. And that's the only time I could think of, actually. And I was in very, very deep stress because I had just left. I had stayed in the shelter too, but the boyfriend ended up in there because his current job was appliance fixing, and they would go, and they had all of the shelters on their list. So he came in to check the thermostats of the refrigerator for the shelter, and then they kept saying that was already done, and I looked up and it was him. I explained to them that it was him, and then later they said that they won't be able to tell anyone that it's not him, but they know it was him too. I didn't tell them to have to. I said, I told you guys when I moved in here of that. Now, he was in disguise. He was in total disguise. But when I gave them a picture of him, and then they looked up and they remembered what the man looked like, and they could see after I said so that it was him. I said, so you guys got to please not let him sneak in here again. I decided to just leave. And I went back to Uncle Harry's house. And that's when Uncle Harry snuck away and moved, and I was still in there. And then they put the lease in my name, and then I left and went to LA. So I can't even remember the year that was. So many things went down. My auntie had died, Auntie Marcia, the Playboy bunny. And yeah, I had to fight the two dogs and the man, and then I had to fight a married couple, and I fought this other girl. Then this one guy got into a car that I was in the back seat, and he started trying to punch to the back seat, but hit me on. See, I was set up. I know now all of those were setups, Michelle. I don't care you went in the state, you did it before you left. My friend Holly was Shay, she's dead now. She's the one who set me up for that man got in that car, so you told her that. I remember all the friends I introduced you to, which would be most of them. And then all the other ones, well, the reason they come up most is because they introduced themselves to me via you. In other words, befriended me. You sent me some friends. That's why I was so afraid. And I guess I came off rude, but my fear is protecting me. And then I've been in bad places where protecting you have to talk like that and act like that. So I realized in other places where I've protected myself, I did not talk like that. I had talked like I had some damn sense, you know. And sometimes you got to get bilingual, but at the same time, I don't know if I'll be leaving too many more videos, period, after a while, because, after I'm finished testifying, because I think I might, I don't know. I just think that I'm going to try to think of things to keep me busy, because I noticed, you guys have to realize leaving videos takes your day up. I need something else to do for the day, because these are time wasting pretty much, because I don't intend on trying to make money on it, because then I'd have to start trimming videos and oh my gosh, watching what I say for real and making sure I comb my hair. That's not what I was doing, y'all. I wasn't trying to be a chosen teacher. I guess if I taught somebody something, it'll teach you how to bounce back, because I'll let y'all see me doing more bounce to the ounce. But that don't mean that you don't need help after the bounce back, okay, y'all? I still have to go to therapy, and I still have to watch my doggone videos to back up my therapy. So my videos when I pick my videos, I pick the ones that back up the therapy. And then they turned out to be chosen. And then that massage therapist I had told me I was chosen. And then I'm like, damn, my dad told me that a whole bunch of times. And then I started looking. Then I had to look up chosen videos. Then I had to go buy the Bible and the concordance, because I realized that I was being stalked. So for about a year, I watched Simone type in that phone, and it took me a while to make sure I wasn't having a schizoaffective disorder situation. Come to find out I was not. Simone does go back and talk to my mother, and they do. Something real fucked up on this internet about me. No, I don't search for it. Yes, I can find it more than likely. But since I don't chat with people, because people don't chat with me when I try, I don't go over there in that part of the Facebook, and I happen to forget that it exists. So I just leave the rumor mill, and then I start putting my videos up, and then I notice them in my YouTube watching my videos with me, because that's what Simone would send my mom, the titles to my videos and the channel names. And so then I noticed all the noise putting the cameras in my ceiling. So then I said, oh, I remember now, she had them people jump on me. I hadn't mentioned it to her ever. I never mentioned it to her that I know she set me up. And any other time, she probably had the boyfriend jump on me too, because he said the same thing Jeffrey said. She has to die. And he has the Mason ring. Okay? So now, it got me to learning. Once I started peeling back all that stress, and there's so many other things that's happened to me that I haven't even put on here. So this testimony is a general synopsis. Until all of a sudden, the testimony was telling me who I am. So then, I got to figure out how to test it, and I already know all the documents are altered. So that's not going to help. Is it? No. So now I got to get attention. Oh, now I'm the only one that wants to talk, and I don't want nobody else to talk. You goddamn right, as far as me trying to find the attention that I wanted. No, I'm not the type of person that wants to be in the center of the room talking all the time. Actually, you'll find that I am the one in the back, quiet. Actually, soundless. That is, unless I know something about what's going on, or I feel like I'm at home. Otherwise, the experience that I have in life is being talked over, pushed to the side, made to go sit down, not because I was told to, but I just do, and just exist in my own world in a room full of people, like maybe try practice or in the military or stuff like that. So let's see, college, I keep to myself. I try to answer the questions, and I ask lots of questions if I need them. A lot of times I'll end up asking a question that everyone thinks is easy or stupid, but I didn't understand it in the way the sentence was said, and I have to ask it over and over until it's said in a different way. So I get on people's nerves like that. And what this means is you haven't seen my personality on here. You've just seen someone using the strength and the brevity learned in the military to get on this thing and do what God told me to do. And I didn't talk back about people. So, that's not what I do ever, really. Till I started trying to make sure no one comes trying to take my apartment from me. And not letting people have much of a freedoms to do whatever they want to do in my house, because I had to keep every single control over it, because my husband took my apartment one time, and I've had many apartments since then. It's just that I hadn't put any boundaries. I didn't realize that there weren't any. I thought that people were taught manners. I didn't know nothing about boundaries. So when you first start trying to set boundaries at age 56, I thought boundaries were on maps. I didn't know no other definition of boundaries. I thought the boundaries would be the lines around the tennis court or on the football field when you step out of bounds. Or, well, I guess a lot of people had boundaries on me, stepping out of bounds. So, setting the boundaries at age 56 for the first time might sound a little loud, a little cursy, and little don't know what to say. So here I go. I've been in the house trying to make myself better so that I could go and be around people after being homeless and all this other stuff. And then 10 years went by, and I got rid of everyone because I learned that they were narcissistic, and it wasn't me, and it wasn't my PTSD. And yes, sometimes it was. Like, because I would misunderstand. And I would think that I was in danger. But the thing is those people, turns out, weren't right. For other reasons, sometimes they weren't. Sometimes I was wrong on what I was saying they were doing, but the thing is that didn't make them good people, though. They were bad people in other ways. And then I might have understood. Most of the ways, I found that most of the things, that arguments I was having was not my fault, except for my reaction was my fault. And so I have to, but I know how to not react. But the thing is I'm so busy trying not to be stepped on anymore. And and especially after I found out my mom is the main one. I don't want her for my mom, but you have to, when your mom is the one, it's hard to learn to trust anyone. Although I never trust her fully, but I can't trust her, period. And that was a big trick. So I don't know. They were so fake to me. And I had to get rid of all my family, but I got family that I haven't been around. And I guess I wanted to know if they're like that, and if they was mad at me, or if they don't like me too. And that's a scary thing to have to do. So it's more than just finding someone that you missed. I don't know if they're friends with them. So I have to go take a chance on that. These tears don't mean I'm not. Because I'm a soldier, I'm going to go. And I just have to hope that I'm not sucked in again. Because I can stay just like this and be okay. So please be not nice, nasty. Don't be nice, nasty. I don't need no whole bunch of rules. I don't want no whole bunch of rules. I done already lived under rules already. I can know about plans, but I don't know about that. It's not because of changing lifestyle, just because I'm not taking on more than my doctor says, which means I'm going to consult them. And that's that. And if that means I have to give up if I find new family and I have to give it up for that reason, that's what I'll do. And it'll hurt, but that's okay. That's okay too. Let's get it over with now. So that's how I feel about my steps on this path. I'm not going to be turned back into no child just because I don't have no money. I don't mind being nice and not rude and kicking in and pitching in whatever, but I'm not no child. I'm an emancipated minor up in here since I was 16, so for 46 years I ain't been no child longer than y'all. Don't make me one. If that's a disruption, that's what it'll have to be. And then I just won't handle family, right? My name is Aaron Cummings, and I'm not a child.